Welcome to Aqualuna 73, a realm where intuition moves like water and the moon remembers every journey. Here the eyes of the soul open gently, catching whispers from the deep wells of time, shaped by ancient forces, from the quiet power of Ra to the bold spark of Rik, guiding us through the unseen. In this space, the cup's tarot flows with quiet wisdom, while quantum sparks rise from the black well of possibility. The zodiac hums softly, minnow small yet universe-wide, reminding us that even the smallest ripple in the pond can change everything. Some messages drift in like secret tides, echoing the mystery that readers have long explored, even in the hidden corners of Secret Tarot. This channel is a sanctuary for seekers, queens, wanderers, and those drawn to tarot readings that feel like conversations with destiny. Some messages arrive like secret tides, others like ancient hymns, all meant to guide you through each season of becoming. Here at Aqualuna 73, your spirit speaks and the cards answer. Please step through. Hi there everyone. Welcome to my channel Aqualuna 73. We're going to do a Vedic tarot reading for Virgo moon and ascended. Please remember the Vedic tarot is not the same as the Western astrology or Western Vedic astrology is not the same as Western astrology. You need to go find out what your specific sign is in Vedic astrology. Okay, so anyway, like I said, this is for Virgo moon and ascended or Lagna. Okay, so I said in the previous readings that I am going to do these readings in story form to make it more interesting so that people can maybe, I don't know, enjoy it more, I suppose. Anyway, let's see what lessons and messages do you have, my Virgo collective, for this moon and ascended Lagna reading, Vedic tarot reading. Please and thank you, my ascended masters, my spirit guides, God, God's Son, Jesus Christ, Holy Spirit, Amunra, Mother Ekate, all the benevolent, compassionate, empathetic energies of love and light, and my ancestors that walk with me. Please protect me and guide me while I do this reading for my Virgo collective. Please and thank you. And so Lord, it be this done in Jesus' name and the blood of Jesus. Okay, so there's a first card that, okay, the Chariot. The Chariot can speak about a new direction, needing to choose something, or it also speaks about higher consciousness or reaching some type of higher consciousness. We're going to see what else is coming through. The Hermit. Okay, and then we have, what is this? Nine of Swords. My tummy is making a noise, guys. I'm sorry. I don't know why. I think it's because of the coffee. I decided to drink coffee this morning. Okay, so okay, I combined these two decks together. What is the names? It's I can't remember what the names of these two decks, but I combined these two decks together. I can't find the boxes now. Okay, I'm just going to draw two cards. There's one card that already fell out. And then we're going to discuss the energies that are going to come through for you for this reading. Lady of the Mirror, reflection and non-judgment. The Hungry Ghost obsession, scarcity, consciousness, and attachment. Okay. So Virgo, I make notes, like I said, when I do these readings, or I meditate and then I make notes. And usually I have a huge problem struggling with titles for my readings because I have a lot to say. Sometimes my readings are very long. But there's something that came up first for you, and the keeper of the emerald compass. Okay. You are the keeper of the emerald compass. It's like yeah, with a guardian. I said everyone with the Gemini and Sagittarius, when I am doing these story form readings, I told Gemini about their brain. Our brain is basically divided into two parts. Okay. And I was using this analogy of, I think it was hemispheres. I think it was hemispheres that I spoke about with Gemini. It's the same with you. Okay. Tarot is about the internal compass, the internal navigational system. Okay. You have old maps, Virgo moon and ascendant. Beneath these maps, or these maps indicated something, like there was a kingdom hidden beneath every careful thought that you have. You are a very introspective sign with this Hermit card and this Swords card here. You see she's holding her head. This is someone that does a lot of inner reflection with this Lady of the Mirror as well. I see Virgo as a very wise soul. Okay. They already have this inner landscape, and they know how to navigate this. I see them as old souls. Most people, Virgo, will never find these kingdoms. Okay. These kingdoms beneath these careful thoughts, they never find it. Because they are too busy arriving somewhere else. But you are different, Virgo. You are born under the maiden star, okay, beneath the maiden star. And you basically, I said in a previous reading, the planet that represents you is the planet of Ceres. It's a planet that's represented by a harvest, abundance, harvest season, harvesting, okay? It's associated with abundance and fruitfulness and overflow, okay? This is what a Virgo represents. There's a place here in South Africa, and the place's name is Ceres, named after the goddess Ceres. And it's a very beautiful place. It's a very fertile, beautiful place because it's surrounded by farms, fruit farms mostly. All types of fruit that you can think of. Most of the fruit of the Western Cape gets exported. The apples and pears, and in the winter it's oranges and nectarines and what do you call that? Yeah, and all those types of soft fruit, peaches and plums and stuff like that. But anyway, most people never find these kingdoms, these hidden kingdoms beneath these careful thoughts. But you're different. Okay, you are the keeper of these seeds. You are the healers of broken things. You are the listeners, Virgo, of quiet truths, and express these quiet truths when it's needed the most. You are almost like, if you go, you know what I'm seeing in my head now, it's like a very quiet, solitary place that you enter. Okay, almost like, I want to say a secret garden, but there's these old iron gates. Okay, it's almost like you are these old iron gates that creak open and you make this noise because there's this quietness over the world, and it's almost like these gates are basically almost like the quiet truths that are surfacing in a world that basically has grown quietly still. The downloads that I got for you, the movies. Okay, there are specific scenes in movies that I got for you. One movie is Chronicles of Narnia. The author C.S. Lewis wrote the book. The Lion. He asks, I think it's two or three books. Chronicles of Narnia, and then there's the follow-up with The Lion, The Witch, and The Wardrobe. Not sure, can't remember, but I basically I watched every one of them with my kids, but I can't remember all the titles because it was a long time ago. One August morning, Virgo moon. You just, when it's like a morning when you just woke up and you saw the sun rising. There was this traveler. This traveler could be you, on your way somewhere. I have no idea where you are or where you're going to with this chariot. You discovered something. You discovered like a tiny emerald compass. You find this thing buried beneath the roots of some ancient fig tree that you, that you basically woke up this morning and you say, okay, I was sleeping beneath this fig tree. And you see something different or strange that looks unusual, and you find this emerald compass buried beneath the roots of this ancient fig tree. But this ancient emerald compass, it did not point north like other compasses do. Okay, this compass, it pointed inward, not toward the world. The journey is not toward the world. It's like there's this bird that says to you, this bird is singing. This bird is telling you, or whispering, maybe a robin. I see a robin. Okay. Not toward the world, whispered the robin. It's like this robin has sapphire feathers. this compass, it says it's toward the one who walks within it. I think this could be some type of inner experience that you're having, or maybe you had a dream. Okay, you wake up from this dream and you'll have these questions, but your questions are not answered. Okay, let's see here. Give me more messages. What else do you want my collective to know for this Virgo moon and ascended Lagna reading? Give me more messages. Okay. What is this one? Four of Pentacles. And this is Five of Pentacles. And then you have Queen of Wands here. Okay, I'm going to draw some oracle cards now. Just hold on, I'm just drinking more coffee. So, at least in the messages to have my collective for this moon reading, please and thank you. This woman here, she has this, look at this branch, it makes me think of someone sitting in a forest. Okay, this Emerald Kingdom of yours, Virgo, is changing. This is what I pick up here with these three cards. Your Emerald Kingdom is changing. Astral travels, Hecate's path, definitely. Yeah, Hecate always speaks about crossroads, okay? Cycle of life, night magic, crossroads, letting go, and astral travel, possible impossibilities, freedom, traveler, inner dreams. Like I said, I told you before, this experience could be something that you dreamed, okay? It could possibly be that some of you had some type of psychedelic experience. Okay, you could have used psychedelics like ayahuasca or something, shrooms, because this is what I pick up now for some of you. These trees uprooted themselves and basically to bloom more beautifully elsewhere. It's like somebody leaving a dead-end job. Now they're blooming elsewhere, okay? These rivers, okay, it's changing overnight. You see there, she's sitting by a river, the Lady of the Mirror. These rivers change direction. It's like this kingdom of yours, okay? This kingdom, the trees in the kingdom uprooted themselves to bloom more beautifully elsewhere. These rivers that you have in your kingdom, it changed direction overnight. These libraries in your kingdom, and it basically quietly rewrote themselves. In other words, new books, or listen, this is a symbolic reading, okay? You have to look at it symbolically. These books or this library could be containing inner knowledge or wisdom. It was replaced, okay? Or it was rewritten. The books were rewritten basically, or the books that were there were replaced with something else or better, Nothing was broken. It's just something that was being rearranged, okay? It's like the keeper of this forest is explaining. Yeah, with the Queen of Wands and the Sea Cat. The keeper of this forest is explaining. There are seasons when heaven's built, and then there are seasons when heaven moves the foundations so something else, much more truer, may be built in its place. But you, Virgo, as this traveler in this kingdom, you didn't like this. You basically frowned, okay? Because you are someone, you're methodical, you prefer plans, you prefer lists, you prefer schedules and certainty. And every path, basically, that disappeared because of this experience, it unsettles you, okay? It unsettles you. Just hold on, I'm just drinking more coffee. But you have to understand this. Every new path that's being revealed to you, you cannot, I can't preach to you, Virgo. It's difficult. Our son is also a Virgo. Okay. And it's especially when you, I mean, I don't even know what to say. It's difficult to convince people of things, okay? I find it even difficult as a parent. If my kids go through something difficult or they experience something difficult and I see it as a normal part of life, but they see it as this huge, humongous obstacle that they have to overcome, and then I have this thought in my head, oh my God, I've been through this so many times. But you try to convince him, you're going to survive this, you're going to be okay. But what I've also noticed is, or experienced is, you can like tell someone, okay, you're going to be okay, but at that moment while you're in that situation, this is not what you feel, okay? So you have to understand every new path that's being shown to you, it has its own revealed treasures. And you're going to eventually see or realize you never knew you needed these treasures. Okay? With this astral travels here, what I see in my head, it's like a wind, okay? You see this woman lifting up here. I see it like a cloud or a wind. It's like one evening you met this weaver of winds who stitched like invisible threads between people separated by mountains. It's almost like this weaver of threads. It could be an invisible guide, but somehow this weaver of threads has the ability to connect you to maybe kingdoms over that lies far beyond other mountains, or yeah, it's all this weaver, this weaver is a female. This weaver is telling you Strong female presence in this reading with this card, this card, this. Strong female presence here. Yeah, after all, you're represented by the goddess series. So yeah, there's a strong female presence in this reading. This weaver is trying to tell you something, Virgo moon and ascendant. She's saying you spend much of your strength perfecting what already is basically serving you. In other words, there's no need for any more perfection in whatever this is. And August is also asking you something else here. With the secret card, August is also asking you something else. I told you it speaks of crossroads and someone needing to choose. You have the Chariot here as well. The Chariot speaks of self-mastery. The Chariot also speaks of change, okay? It speaks of inner landscapes that are changing. It's asking you to be reborn. What is asking you to be reborn? Okay. It's like you have this bag with you that you carry with you with tools that are no longer useful. Promises that you already kept. And basically dreams maybe that you inherited from other individuals or people. And this weaver is telling you that certain types of wisdoms that you carry can become heavy, Virgo. Okay, because you're basically carrying some type of wisdom beyond its season. It's not necessary anymore. You've learned a lesson. You've grown. It's time to lay down some tools that are not necessary anymore. And it's like a burden also. You're laying down certain types of burdens one by one. You lay down these tools, these burdens. You're lightening your load. Okay, you're placing it beneath some type of oak tree, maybe where somebody else can come along and find use in these tools. Okay. And every burden that you laid down that touched the earth, it became light. Okay. It became light, and it's almost like this forest that you were walking through. It lit up this forest. It illuminated this forest. And this forest is thanking you for this. Okay, and it's almost like this compass that you got in the beginning. This compass is starting to glow. And I told you this compass is showing inwards. Okay, it's not showing north, it's showing inwards. It's beginning to glow. And this compass is not glowing because it has gained something. Okay. This compass is glowing because it made room. Okay, you're making room for something here. It could be new blessings, new experiences. It could be anything, okay? And I strongly feel this with this. Definitely, definitely. Queen of Wands is here as well. Just hold on. My coffee is getting cold. I'm going to draw a few more cards and see what else the universe has for you, my Virgo Moon collective and love now. What more do you have, my Virgo Moon, for this reading? Virgo Moon and Lagna, seeing that. What do you have for them, please, and thank you. Okay, what is this? Is a, oh my god. Let me just hold on. Tina Wands. I'm hoping I'm saying okay to is it Tina Wands? I'm counting the branches. Okay, Warrior of Coins. And then this is a Wands card. Three of Wands. Okay. I'm going to do intuitive readings, okay? I'm not going over the numbers of the cards. But these are the three cards. Now I'm going to this is not the Three of Wands. I don't know what this is. Like I said, I'm not going to just, this is intuitive readings anyway, so it doesn't matter. So, okay, this is the three cards. Give me two oracle cards, please, and thank you. Beyond this forest, Virgo Moon. Beyond this forest, your oracle cards that you got is the Earth Mother and Mugwort Dreams. Earth Mother says psychic recharge, grounded healer, mentor, and layers. Mugwort Dreams says rhythm, higher self, reality, and rest. Okay. Beyond this forest is a mountain. This mountain is rising beyond this forest. It's almost like this mountain. Sorry, I'm bumping into the tripod again. This mountain is, I don't know why this is popping up into my head. There's this, I've never seen this series, but it's been popping up in my news feed. And it's apparently a series on Netflix, The Weaver. Okay, or some about, it's a guy. His face looks like a basket, like a woven basket, his skin. I don't know what series is that. I'm getting this down. I've never watched it, okay. I've just seen it pop up into my news feed. But this is what image I have in my head now. Beyond this forest is this rising mountain. That basically this rising mountain disappears into the clouds. And it's woven, but from gold, okay. Every traveler that basically is almost like Mount Everest, every traveler feared to climb this mountain. And not because it was dangerous. I told you this inner compass is looking inwards, and I told you to take this symbolically. The reason why a lot of people are scared to climb this mountain, this inner landscape, this inner mountain, is because, not because it's dangerous, but because it reflected something back to them. It reflected their own heart back to them. And basically those who climbed this mountain, This is what I pick up with these 3 cards now. With this Warrior of Coins, with this card, and this. These worry. Okay. Whoever climbs these mountains carrying worry found cliffs. In other words, they experience difficulties. Okay. They're conjuring up cliffs in their mind. But those who climbed carrying trust found staircases. Okay. This is what I pick up with this Earth Mother and Mugwort dream. Because this Mugwort dream speaks of rhythm and higher self and reality and rest. Okay. It speaks of a balanced energy, a rhythmic balanced energy, like a heartbeat, okay? Like a grounded breathing, inhaling and exhaling, but very rhythmic, okay? It's like an energy of someone climbing, but the staircase, but they do it with a lot of trust, because they basically remembered everything that they were taught. It's like somebody learning something and they're going into a new direction, and they take what they've learned and they apply what they've learned, because they trust themselves enough to know that they can deal with whatever this is that's waiting for them, because the groundwork was already laid in advance. They remembered everything that August basically taught them, okay? And they basically stopped measuring every step, and they stopped correcting every stone. They basically stopped asking themselves, or stopped telling themselves, or asking whether they are worthy of. It could be anything. Maybe you invested a lot in something, okay? And you've proven to yourself that you could do this, and you did this, and now you're in this thing, and now it's almost like imposter syndrome creeping in, telling you, okay, things that, am I worthy of this? Yes, you are. You worked for it. You worked hard for whatever this is. You're worthy of this journey. You're worthy of these experiences. You're worthy of all the beautiful things that are going to happen to you in the future and in the months ahead. You're basically going to stop asking whether you're worthy of this. And you're going to just simply walk. Okay? Halfway up this mountain, it's lion season. I said yesterday lion season as well. Leo season is Leo season. Halfway up this mountain, you meet this lion. I told you I got this Chronicles of Narnia as a download, and there is a lion in. You encounter this magnificent white lion sleeping beneath some cedar tree maybe, and the lion opened his one eye, and the lion says, you believe your gift is fixing, and you nod. And the lion says, no, your gift is not fixing, your gift is seeing. Because those who truly see knows what needs to be healed. Those who truly see knows what needs to be healed. Virgo moon and descendant. And those who love, they also know what needs to be left untouched. Okay. The Wheel of Fortune. Wow, this is beautiful. There's a flower. Warrior of Wands and the Page of Wands. Wheel of Fortune, Warrior of Wands, and the Page of Wands. What lessons and messages do you have for my Virgo moon and ascendant Lagna? For this reading, what do you have? Belladonna, visions, caution, guidance, clarity, stand firm. The purple color is very prominent today, isn't it? Look here. Purple is associated with the color of royalty. Did you know that? Okay, only royalty wear purple. It's a color, so a violet also. The violet flame is also coming through. Okay, if you don't know what the violet flame is, I suggest you go Google that. Anyway, these words that were spoken by this lion, you know how hard a lion's roar is. It's like this voice echoed through these mountains. Okay. The words that this lion spoke. You climbing higher up with this Wheel of Fortune and Warrior of Wands. The Page of Wands today comes across as a very, it's a young energy, but it's also a very passionate energy, of energy that's willing to go the mile. You climbing higher up in this mountain. And while you're climbing up this mountain, you will see it. Just look at this card. If you look at this branch, it's almost like it's white, but it's almost like it's illuminated. The rest are the forest. The branches are dark, but this wand here that she's holding, this tree branch wand, it's illuminated. It's almost like you climbing higher up, and there's the stream of living light that flowed across your path. And every stream basically became a memory. Every memory became forgiveness. Okay, and every forgiveness that you had in your heart became your strength. By the time you reached the summit with this Wheel of Fortune, this emerald compass no longer pointed anywhere at all. Okay. It basically dissolved. It dissolved into some type of simple or single green light that settled here in your heart space. This keeper of this mountain, the keeper of your mountain could be your higher self, your guides. you believed this compass that you got would lead you to your destiny, Virgo. It has led you to your destiny. And basically, it was never searching for a kingdom. It was basically just searching. It says here, Belladonna, visions, caution, guidance, clarity, stand firm. You gain clarity. Okay. This compass that you had, that you thought was leading to your destiny, it gave you clarity, it led you there. But it was never searching for a kingdom. It was searching for a kingly heart, a queenly heart within the traveler. Okay. You got the Queen of Wands here. This emerald kingdom of yours, it stretched farther than your imagination. Okay. And this is what's popping up into my head. Toy Story, and this phrase of Buzz Lightyear where he says to infinity and beyond. Your emerald kingdom stretched farther than infinity and beyond. The rivers in your kingdom found new courses. The forests finished rearranging themselves. The stars perfectly shined. And basically you've reached this inner understanding that August hasn't taken anything from you. It's basically just cleared a path. And September has now crowned you. It also revealed to you your quiet authority that has always been waiting beneath that humility, service, and faithful attention of your character and your heart, Virgo, Moon, and Ascendant. Basically, it's almost, you know, what's coming to mind. It's the book of Paulo Coelho, The Alchemist. And if you look at it from that perspective as well, he also went on this journey, trying to discover himself, only to return back. And this is what you're also going to do. You're going to descend back into your mountain. Okay? Not as one who possessed all the answers, but as one who has learned a very great secret. Okay? And the secret that you basically learned or discovered is that these maps, the truest maps basically, are written in your heart, not on paper, not in a book, okay, not in a school. It's written in your heart. And the deepest kingdoms that we want to enter, the most profound kingdoms that we want to enter, requires us to have courage. Okay? And you basically also learn that every soul, even yours, willing to release the past, God, heavens, your ancestors, they've already prepared tomorrow for you. Okay? I always tell my kids, and I'm going to end off with this, I always tell my kids, if they feel discouraged about life and the fact that the experiences that they might have is difficult, I always want them to go back to the past, to a place where there were people similar aged than them that didn't have the freedom that they experience now and enjoy now. Okay, they were enslaved. Our ancestors were enslaved in this country. We have proof here. We even have a monument in the old town where I grew up. Okay, so I always tell them, go to that place, go sit there, the monument that was erected, and absorb, so that you can be thankful that you are not in the position that they were in. Okay, they basically plowed and treated a path for us so that we can fulfill the desires and dreams that they never could, okay, while they were slaves. Anyway, this is your reading. I hope it was helpful. I love you back. I love you guys. Please take care. Bye.